For a while now, we've gotten used to asking AI for advice and answers, right? But what if your AI could stop telling you what to do and just start doing it for you? Well, that is the huge promise behind ChatGPT A New Mode, a brand new mode from OpenAI that's turning the chatbot we all know into an AI that actually gets to work.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover in this explainer. First, that huge shift from advisor to doer. Then, we'll peek inside the agent's mind to see how it works. We'll watch these agents in action, weigh the hype against the reality, and finally, talk about why this means the future of AI is, well, it's agentic.
So what's the actual difference here? It really boils down to this. Before, you might ask ChatGPT, hey, how do I plan a party? And you'd get back a nice little checklist. Now you can tell it to plan the party, and it can actually go out, research themes, find supplies, and even order them for you. It's the difference between owning a recipe book and having a personal chef in your kitchen.
So let's really dig into this first idea, moving from an advisor to a doer. And I want to be clear, this is way more than just a simple update. We are talking about a fundamental shift in how we're all going to interact with AI from here on out.
Okay, so what is a ChatGPT agent, really? Think of it like an autonomous digital worker. It takes all of the tools that ChatGPT already has, browsing the web, analyzing data, writing code, and it unifies them to carry out these really complex, multi-step jobs, all on its own.
And this is the part that's so crucial. This isn't just another feature. It really is a whole new category of AI. It's moving from simply giving you suggestions and ideas to actually executing entire workflows for you, from the very beginning to the very end.
But how in the world does it actually do all this stuff? I mean, it sounds a little like magic. So let's take a look inside the agent's mind.
So the agent's power really comes from 4 key things all working together. First, it has its own virtual computer, which is basically a safe sandbox for it to run code and mess with files. Then it has browsing tools, so it can click, scroll, and fill out forms just like a person would. It's got connectors to hook into your other apps, like Google Drive or Gmail, and then the real brains of the operation, a task planner that figures out the best sequence of steps to get the job done.
Okay, so that's the theory. But let's see what this looks like in the real world. It's time to see these agents in action.
Okay, check this out. In one demo, an agent was given just a single web link. That's it. The link went to a page with 9 different online courses. The agent went to the site, handled those annoying cookie pop-ups, pulled out all the key info from each course, and then built a full PowerPoint presentation from scratch. It turned a simple URL into a finished product.
But here's the thing. This whole process, it wasn't instant. It took 21 minutes to finish. And that's a key takeaway here. It's not about being lightning fast. It's about automating a really complex task that, let's be honest, would have taken a person way, way longer to do.
All right, here's another great example. An agent was told to go shopping on Etsy. It was given 5 super specific criteria for ceramic vases, things like budget and shipping restrictions. So it went to the site, it applied every single one of those filters, it found 5 items that matched, gathered all their details, and then added them to the shopping cart, all ready for a human to just click buy. And the time for that whole complicated shopping spree? Just 19 minutes. And while the agent was busy doing all that, the user could have been doing something completely different. That's the powerful trade-off right there. You're trading its automation for your free time.
And you can probably imagine the potential applications for this are just huge. I mean, think about it. Automating market research, crunching huge data sets into financial models, or even researching legal statutes and comparing them to your company's documents. Or on a personal level, managing your calendar or finding real estate listings and popping them right into a spreadsheet for you.
Of course, with any hot new technology, there's always a gap between the flashy demos and what it's actually like to use it. So let's get real. What are people who are using this right now actually experiencing? So on the positive side, a lot of the early users are just blown away. A tech writer named Maxwell Timothy said it felt almost like having a junior assistant that could take initiative. And that really captures the magic of it when it works. But it's definitely not perfect. One Reddit user pointed out that in OpenAI's own demo video, the agent immediately forgot the wedding date it was supposed to be planning for.
It just shows that it can still make these really simple and, frankly, frustrating mistakes.
And this is just a perfect and kind of funny description of the experience. Another user said that watching the agent get stuck in the middle of a task was like watching my dad try to buy something online. It just perfectly describes that slow, sometimes clumsy feeling when things go wrong.
So here's the reality check, all laid out. The pros are huge, no doubt. It can handle these really complicated tasks and create actual things for you, like reports and slides. But the cons are also pretty significant. It can be very slow, it often gets stuck on simple things like drop-down menus, and you still have to step in to help it with things like logins. It is not a set-it-and-forget-it tool, at least not yet.
And there's another practical cost to think about. Depending on your subscription plan, you only get a certain number of agent messages or actions each month. Now, 40 or 400 might sound like a lot, but remember, every single time the agent gets stuck and you have to jump in to help, that could use up one of your messages. So those limits might disappear a lot faster than you think.
So with all that in mind, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Because even with all its flaws, this isn't just about a new feature. It's a huge signpost pointing to where all of this is going. The future of AI is agentic.
You know, the AI agent has become one of the biggest buzzwords in the tech industry, and for a really good reason. This is not just an OpenAI project. Pretty much every major company you can think of, Google, Amazon, Meta, is in a flat-out race to build their own version of an autonomous assistant.
And you can see how fast things are moving just by looking at the last year or so. You had Klarna's AI agent take on the work of 700 employees. Anthropic launched its own tool, and now OpenAI is bundling all of its agent-like abilities into this one powerful motor. The race is definitely on.
So what about that slowness issue? An OpenAI developer named Kumar actually had a fantastic way of looking at it. He said the team is optimizing for solving really hard tasks, not for giving instant answers. And when you think about it that way, he's got a point. Even if it takes 15 or 30 minutes, it's still much faster than a human doing it. For deep research, that's a total game changer.
This is all clearly just the beginning. As these tools get smarter and faster and more reliable, the real question isn't going to be about what the AI can do anymore. The real question is going to be, when your AI can do your tasks for you, what will you do?